Just do me a favor. Just,
Okay.
just pick up a picture. Just look up a picture of Kamen Rider Kabuto.
Kamen Rider Kabuto. Okay. Let's see what I got here. Oh, yeah.
What's he look like? What's he look like?
Is that a rhinoceros beetle? Is that what that is?
Yeah.
Big old black suit with the red armor, big blue eyes, and like a hammer on his head. Looking hammer.
Yeah. So it's a think Heracross for anyone who doesn't know.
There you go.
Red Heracross. So I saw that, and I'm like, all right, that looks pretty cool. All right. So I watched the first episode. Dog, I don't even know how to explain how fucking insanely cool this is. So the first episode starts off really like gritty, right? They're taking down the monsters like as a task force, and like the main character's there. He's got the belt in like a suitcase. He's like, I need to use this belt in order to save people. I know I can do it. I gotta believe in myself to be able to do it. They take down a bunch of monsters, but like it doesn't work out for them because they like molt, and the molting makes them super hyper fast. It doesn't work out. They fail the operation. The monsters escape. Right.
Yep.
The main character of the show there's two main characters, but like the first main character, he kind of doesn't get his opportunity to shine, and he kind of never does. But like, so like the whole entire deal so far is like obviously there's a military operation to stop the monsters in the city, due to a comet that has crashed, and it released the monsters in the middle of the city, devastated the war zone. I think it was 7 years ago. They said, devastated, turned the city into like a fucked up area, and the monsters are in the city pretending to be human. They're mimics, basically. They mimic you perfectly, and then obviously they kill the host. So you have to suss them out and then stop them from killing more people, right?
Of course.
But the main character is, just trying his best, trying to make shit work. So if Kamen Rider Kuga is my favorite overall Kamen Rider, Souji Tendo is my favorite Kamen Rider.
Okay.
In comes Souji Tendo. Souji Tendo's name literally means the person who governs the path of heaven.
Okay.
And he will let your bitch ass know. So what ends up happening is that something gets stolen from Kagami, which is the main character's name. I didn't say it earlier because I couldn't remember. I just remembered now. Kagami, gets something stolen. He's chasing after the robber. The robber runs into Souji Tendo, who's carrying tofu. He stops the robber by tripping him.
Great.
He gets all the shit back. Tosses it back to the guy, to Kagami. And he goes, bro, like, who the fuck are you anyway? And he points to Souji Tendo, points to the sun. He goes, I'm the one who governs the path to heaven.
Oh, okay.
And so you're literally sitting here, you watching, like, look at this piece of shit so full of himself. Right? That's like your first impression. Like, oh, look at this.
Yeah, you're like, look at this asshole.
Look at this fucking prick, right? Here's the thing, Logan. Do you remember 2 seconds ago when I say it's one thing for a character to be really annoying and another thing for a character to be really annoying and correct?
And right. Yeah.
This motherfucker is the most correct. Right. He's the most correct I've ever seen anyone ever fucking be.
That's crazy.
Dog. He literally has a line in which, so his whole entire thing is that he points to the sky. He points to the heavens, even.
Sure, yeah.
He points to the heavens, and his catchphrase is, my grandmother once said, and then he gives like some kind of like Zen proverb or something.
Okay.
One of my favorite lines of my grandmother once said, he goes, my grandmother once said, act as who you are, and fate will make it so.
Ooh.
And I said, all right, motherfucker. Okay, I see you.
Okay.
So, we haven't actually even seen his transformation yet, right? They're both chasing down the monster at some point. But like they're not on screen. They both show up on screen. And they both have a belt. Now, The thing that they use to transform is called the ejector. It's it literally looks like a bug. It literally looks like like the rhinoceros beetle, right?
Yeah.
So Kagami attempts to summon the Zector, but then Tendo grabs it and he goes, "Sorry, buddy, this one's mine." And then he transforms. Now, I'm sure in your you're looking at Kamen Rider Kabuto, you've seen like the silver spaceman, the silver spaceman one. That's what he transforms into. That's the base form.
Okay.
Right. So like he transforms. That's the base form, and he starts beating up all the monsters. Right. They're called worms in this one. So he starts beating up all the worms and whatnot. Right. One of them, I think the one that molted shows up, and the ones that molt are faster than average. Like they're like Dio time stop fast. Right.
Oh, good. Awesome.
Okay?
Sick.
So, in order to catch up with them, he also needs to go faster, obviously, right?
Well,
So,
yeah, use the speed force.
so he grabs the horns of the rhinoceros beetle on his belt, pulls the lever on that bitch, and he goes, "Cast off." And then the fucking belt goes, "Cast off." The fucking silver armor shoots off of him. Then you see the red form, and then the fucking horn, like crane arm swings up onto his face, and he go in the fucking the announcer voice goes, "Change beetle."
Oh
My god, the fucking theme that plays that when he does that is saved in my playlist.
Oh, good. Hell yeah.
It's so good. And then obviously that's not enough, right? Just because he cast off the bulky armor, he still needs to go.
Correct.
He still needs to beat him, right? So he slaps the side of his belt or button on his belt and goes, "Clock up." And then the announcer goes, "Clock up," and then fucking time stops, and they start fighting in the stopped time, right? So, and like I want to give a shout out to the person who does like the choreography for the fights, because Souji Tendo does not fight the same way that other Kamen Riders fight. Other Kamen Riders fight like generic like kung fu style,
Yes.
right? Souji Tendo punches. He fights like guile,
Okay.
and by that, for people who don't know what I mean the sense that like he waits for his opponent to make a move and then he counterattacks them. So a lot of his choreography is him standing there waiting for his opponent to get back up and then knocking him back down.
Yeah, it's real annoying.
But like it's really the way it's like he's showing dominance and confidence as he's fighting. It's so fucking good, the choreography in this, because you see other people fight. And like they all do like the standard like their own kung fu, but he's the only one standing there fucking aura farming. That's the main thing about Kamen Rider Logan that I love about it. The powers do not work unless you aura farm.
Well, yeah. That's my favorite thing about Kamen Rider.
Yeah, the powers don't work unless you aura farm.
You have to have wind that's blowing your cape, even though there's no wind today.
There's no wind and there's no cape.
Yeah, like exactly. Like you have to have everything go right, and you're hitting the no look, standing on a pole that Piccolo always did when we were kids.
They're fighting in the fucking time stop, and then you hear one as he's fighting. You're like, what the? You hit what the fuck? And then you see him now. He touches his belt. 2. And then like he keeps fighting. He's still like waiting for him to get up, knocking it back down. 3. And he pulls the lever, and then Tendo goes, rider kick. And then he does a counter kick where he's like his back is fully turns him. Electricity swarms up his body, up to like the horns and up out onto the horns. He turns around, kicks that motherfucker down into the ground, and then he explodes.
That's awesome.
It's fucking great. And then he obviously you hear clock over. Time resumes again, and he points to the heavens.
Which one was this?
This is Kabuto.
Okay. Just for me.
I'm going to show you. We're going to pause recording so I can show him this. I'm sure it was happening while I was talking. Maybe I'll have the video play here.
まさか。どうする？決めるのはお前だ。
したりしないよね。兄ちゃんは挫折した俺のたった一つの自慢なんだ。
もうやめてくれ。カブト、頼む。
Okay, all right, we're back. Dog.
Hey, that was incredible. That was pretty fucking rad.
Oh my god, the sauce on that.
That was radical.
Block over.
Block over.
Dog. Okay. So Kabuto has some weaknesses. It can't be my favorite common writer for several reasons, mostly because Kagami's character they kind of do the thing that I don't like that some anime does, in which like a character like learns a lesson and then they relearn that lesson.
Yeah.
Like I'd mentioned before, like his entire like thing is that he's trying to like gain like agency within the plot. He immediately gains agency by becoming the bee, by getting the bee Zector. And then the episode after, he loses the bee Zector. And I don't mean like loses as in like he loses it to somebody. I mean, he gives it up.
Great.
And I was like, oh, okay. Oh, all right, whatever.
Okay.
Well, all right. I mean, all right. And then like it just progressively keeps doing that. Like he keeps like having like trying to gain agency and either fumbling it, which I wouldn't mind him fumbling it if he like did something worthwhile, but he never really does. Or like it keeps getting passed off to somebody else. And like there's that. There's a bunch of like overarching problems that like I don't like. Such as like some like the narrative is kind of like messy, but it's not ever so bad to where I ever stopped watching it, because believe me, I will drop a show if it's bad enough.
I know you.
Yeah. But everything that's wrong with Kabuto, I can forgive because Souji Tendo is fucking cool as shit.
Yeah.
There is a moment, right, where Souji Tendo is the kind of person that's like, I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm enough on my own. I think he literally, bitch, I'm me. I'm the goddamn reason you in VIP. CEO, you don't have to CID. Anyway, he doesn't fucking like he doesn't want to work with Zect, which is the people who made the Zectors, because this is an organization and he doesn't know everything that they're about. So he's like, I'm not going to do that. Obviously, because they don't have control over this power, they're like, no, you got to come with us, right? So they eventually at some point capture him. They confiscate the Zector and the motorcycle and everything. They have him. They have him like in an interrogation room, and one of the characters is like interrogating him, and they look at him and go, "Are you Kabuto?" And he goes, "That's a silly question. Do you look at the sun and say, 'Are you the sun?'"
Oh.
So immediately after that,
Damn.
she goes, "Why are you Kabuto?" He goes, "Another silly question. Do you look at the sun and say, 'Why do you shine?'"
Damn it, dude. Damn it, dude. Damn it, dude. That's so good.
Like, I was like, so every complaint that I have with Kabuto gets overwritten with the fact that Souji Tendo is that nigga. He's so fucking good, bro. But yeah, basically the entire the short version of the synopsis is like worms and humans are fighting, and then at some point the worms are like also like there are native worms as opposed to the alien worms, so there were like worms that were already on the planet. So now we gotta like take a distinguish between them.
Okay.
And then we find out that one of the main, like, there's this character, I can't remember the name of it this exact second. Hiyori, that's her name. There's a character named Hiyori.
Okay.
I'm spoiling this for the record.
That's fine.
Yeah. Hiyori is a character in which she has like a lot of like plot relevance, and it's very apparent that like Tendo cares about her. But you don't know why, because the only character he's cared for so far is his sister Juka, who's just a little ball of sunshine. She's adorable. But you're like, why does he care about this character? And you try to like read into, you go, maybe it's like a romantic subtext, but you're like, I don't know, that doesn't seem quite right. Like, I don't know, it's not quite romantic because they're not painting it that way, but whatever. All right. The reason why he cares about her is because that is his sister, his blood sister. Juka is his adoptive sister because their parents were killed because of the meteorite that hit and were killed by worms. But when their parents were killed by worms, they obviously mimicked the parents. But when they mimicked the mom was pregnant and then had a child, and that child is Hiyori.
Okay.
So
interesting.
She has this overarching plot in the back of her mind, like, this motherfucker killed my parents. But no, he's a nice person. Obviously, he wouldn't. No, something's going on here, right? So there's a little plot there, and like Souji Tendo's plot himself is completely fine. It's very compelling. It's very interesting, and I love it. Because there's like a thing that they go where Kagami has like an issue where he goes, "Well, my mission was to destroy all the worms. What do I do?" And it frustrates me with Kagami because Kagami has already shown compassion to other worms that were people beforehand, and like now we're just kind of redoing it again, and now he's confused. And like, what are we confused about? The reason why I like Tendo is because Tendo goes, from the beginning, he was like, my job is to kill all the worms. And then he like finds out that Hiyori's a worm, and he goes, all right, all worms except her. Like, it's that simple. All worms except her.
Love it. That's great. That's
like,
solid.
It's that simple. He's a character with full on conviction, and it's very entertaining for me to watch. I think a lot of Western audiences will like that a lot better. Maybe Kagami works better in Eastern audiences. I don't think it works he works that well in the West. So 8 out of 10 for me. It's not as good as it probably could be. There's a lot of things that it could work up to. But Souji Tendo as Kabuto is by far my favorite writer in general. That is a cool motherfucker.
Great. Hell yeah.
That motherfucker is like, he shows up on screen and goes, I'm built different. I'm him. I've been him. I will continue to be him. Don't you fucking ever forget that I'm him.
I've been that man.
It is one thing to be conceited. It is one thing to be conceited. It is another thing entirely to be conceited and correct.
Yep. Okay.
Like, if you had like this is like the difference between being a ball player on the street and being LeBron James, being Kobe Bryant, being Michael Jordan. There is a difference between
being the man,
being the guy. All right.